It's always nice when the team goes and handles business. It's even more nice when they handle business in a fashion that you did not expect. A 38-20 win for the Packers week 1 against the Chicago Bears, their rivals. I thought they would escape, but they did more than that. They dominated at some points of the game, which means they picked up the W, as did we. And now we move on to week 2 action in Atlanta against the Falcons, another young team trying to put it together on both sides of the ball. These two teams kind of mirror each other, but they kind of don't. I think the Packers are on a different level. But when you talk about the talent on this team, it's young talent that's trying to learn how to win together. I mean, look at Atlanta. You got Desmond Ridder at quarterback. You got Bijan Robinson at running back. Everybody is darling fantasy pick this season. You got Tyler Algier there. You got Drake London, who's going to see a lot of Jair Alexander on Sunday as a pass catcher. You got Kyle Pitts, who should be more dominant, but his head coach don't want to give him the football. But that's a different story for a different day. It is very much mirror-like, but as I mentioned before, I feel the Green Bay Packers are on a different level. They've been there, they've done that with a lot of these guys on the team, very experienced, and a lot of those young guys came out in week 1 and played like vets. You had 2 sacks by rookies, first time that's ever happened in the over 100-year history of the Green Bay Packers. It boggles my mind when you come up with a stat that has not happened in over 100 years. This is going to come down, as far as Green Bay Packers go, to who's available. Allow me to grab my phone and tell you about the injury list. You're talking Bakhtiari, who's on rest. You think he'll play. He didn't practice on Friday. You talk about Romeo Doubs, who got into full practice, so he has no injury designation. Rashawn Gary, limited practice, but he'll more than likely play as he did in week 1. Elkington Jenkins on the offensive line, no injury designation. He'll more than likely play. He got into full practice. Anthony Johnson, he got into full practice. He'll more than likely play. But then you got the heavy hitters. You got Aaron Jones, who did not practice on Friday. He's questionable. You got Quay Walker, who got in a limited practice, which is a good sign, but he's still listed as questionable with that concussion. And of course, Christian Watson, their de facto number 1 wide receiver. He got in a limited practice on Friday. He's questionable. But if you're missing those 3 guys, it's going to be a little bit hard. Yeah, they got A.J. Dillon back there, but you will love to have both of your factor backs in there. You will love to have your number 1 wide receiver in there. And of course, you would love to have Quay Walker, Mr. Pick 6. I love me some Quay Walker. You guys know this. In the middle of that defense. But with that being said, who wins? Who prevails? Week 2 in Atlanta, early Sunday afternoon. I'll go Green Bay 27, Atlanta 20. I think both teams will kind of ugly up on defense, knuckle up, make it a little bit more tough. Again, it's week 2, so we're really trying to figure out what these teams are, who they're trying to be, what they're trying to do. But we know what Green Bay wants to do. They want to play good defense. They want to be physical on both the offensive and defensive line. They want to take care of the football. They want to run the football, and they want to get the ball out to those pass catchers on time and accurately, something that Jordan Love did pretty well last week. We'd love to see it get a little bit better as far as the accuracy goes, but you take another 3 touchdown, no interception game, I'll take that if you tell me we're going to get one. 27-20, Green Bay over Atlanta. 27-20, Packers over Falcons. Remember, it does not matter the score. All that matters, as I said, that Green Bay would defeat Atlanta to go to 2-0 this Sunday. If you want more from me, you can go to TossNationMedia.com, your home for the Toss brand of sports. But until then, I'm T Squared. This has been Quick Toss. We out.